Oh, well, I have to reply. English. Hello, guys. Notice I have to put my phone somewhere else. 1 second. I forgot about that. Hi, Rita. Oops, now I accidentally closed it. I forgot I have to put my phone somewhere else because. Oh my god. Jesus. Otherwise, it's gonna uh, have issues capturing my face. I don't think I have anything I can put behind it. Fortunately, that is heavy enough. But maybe a bottle. 1 second. I'm gonna go grab one. Ugh. Took care of everything, but I forgot about the phone issue. I kind of forgot about the phone issue. Oi, oi, oi. Well. I decided today we're gonna continue painting the moon. Well, continue do the moon painting. Is that sourdough? Does this look like sourdough to you? Bruh. Huh. I was trying to calibrate the phone. Oh god. But it keeps losing tracking. Ooh. This is tea, not sourdough, if you mean that. Also welcome. mm, I actually didn't like finish the figurine I painted on the part of the figurine that I painted on last time. Um Too busy with other stuff. Meant the moon looking thing. That's the moon from Majora's Mask. I tried really hard to hide the seams. They are still pretty visible to me, but like I tried. I tried my best. There's only so much I can do, really. Um, from what I can tell with the sourdough, with the official art, is that it has like kind of a purplish hue. So I'm probably gonna try and go with that as well. Good luck mixing that. Good luck to myself. It's not an easy task. Oh, need some red and some blue. We will see how that turns out, I guess. I also tried to fix up the audio a little bit. Please tell me if it's still crackling because like it wasn't doing that great last time. Um, I made the music more silent. I will need a lot of color because the moon is a big fat boy. Let's see. Like a I wish I had a violet. Gonna have to lurk. I'm getting clips from one of my bots. Okay. Good good luck clip hunting. I know that can be a pain. But yeah. Yeah. Thanks for lurking. As a lurker myself, I appreciate the lurking. Hey. Good. Little bit. I'll need white to lighten it, but I think I need a bit more red because it's kind of going mehr, I'm talking to in Germany, more into the pink direction on the picture that I'm looking at. I'm trying to go with like a middle tone here. Out of control. Not sure. No, it's actually fine. And then we use white to light. Let's see how that turns out. Not bad, but I have to hear myself sound in English and cringe at dying here. It's actually interesting that I don't feel that at all when I do edit my stuff. I actually start to giggle at some of the shit I do on stream. Like, I find myself entertaining sometimes. I don't know. That's something I never struggled with somehow, and I don't know if I'm weird because of that. Oh boy. I think I need to make it a little bit lighter still. I'm wondering how I'm gonna do the eye. I wish I had like some masking stuff for the eyes. Sadly don't have. I'm adding a bit more white. That's not bright enough for my liking. Get in there. And more thinner. Make it very skinny. Skinny shaming the moon. Be too fat. Be chunky donkey. A chunky donkey? Racist against donkeys. I think this is. We're just gonna go over all of him because I can always make stuff bright again. I just want him to have like a base color here. The eyes will have to be like red. They kind of look like what are they called? Black holes to me actually, that I look at the reference image. Been thinking that. Did I hear a cat or am I imagining things? I never know. I will go like, he's like very purple right now, but that's alright, because we will go over him with dry brushing with like brighter colors so that we get like a lot of different surface colors. Because that just makes it look prettier in my opinion. That's how I did it with Monoko stuff as well. Kind of went with one color and then I just kept working on it. It's because natively I speak Latvian, so when I use English I got strong accent and my voice sounds deep or nonchalant, like no soul in it. I guess to me, I feel like when I talk German, I would probably cringe if I was talking in German on stream. That's partially why I got rid of the channel redeem that made me intentionally speak with a stronger German accent, because it just made me cringe. I know people found it entertaining, but I was just like, you make me. I also have a slight lisp when I talk in German, so that's that. But yeah. I think a lot of people feel cringe when they listen to their own voice. I just personally never had that issue, which I'm glad about, apart from German, of course, but I don't speak German on stream, so that's not an issue. Not an issue. Need to get the color out of the hose. He looks like a fine mane. Nothing to judge here. You just have to wait so I can paint his backside. which is not visible, so it doesn't matter too much, but it will be visible from some angles, so gotta paint it anyway. At least the base color. Like check in the light for like spots that I missed. It's like hard to. I think that's my biggest issue with streaming this process. The light setting here is like very bad versus when I like do it in the morning, or I can constantly like look uh in a light kind of to see if it's doing all right. Can't really do that when I'm here. Oh, my brush is not can soak up any color. Hmm. I don't think I'm gonna use you. You don't wanna do your job. I'm gonna use the smaller one. Ugh, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. Basically painting his lower inside lip. This part here that is like white, gray. It's not white, it's gray. I notice I make owl sounds quite often in the games. Ooh, somebody's possessed by an owl. Time to rename yourself. Undead for owls. The owl man. It's owling time. Oh, there's some pieces I didn't see from upside down, I guess. Guess his seams are a little bit less visible with the paint on. I just know where they are, so I constantly see them. Can only change name once a year, so that has to wait. I sometimes wonder if I'm gonna end up changing my name someday because people are having such issues like spelling it. But Lilith is like a name that I picked for myself, which I kind of wanna keep because of it. So I'm unsure. I'm unsure about that. I wish people would like try and like not always get the full name and just call me by the first bit of it. Like Lilith isn't that hard. You can just go by Lily as well. They always try to go with the full name, and I'm thinking like it's hard to spell. I know, don't do it. Just do the first bit. Oh boy. I tend to notice that I stop breathing when I draw such details because I'm so focused. I try not to move my body at all. I feel like breathing makes it hard not to move. Ah, it's not hard to spell Lilith, is it? It is for a lot of people. I know, especially German native people. Like, whenever my brother, like, he knows that I'm streaming, tries to say the name, he goes like, Lilith, Lilith. doesn't know how to spell it, but it's more of the like the list on the end of it that I'm always like, yeah, guys, you don't have to spell that. Just say Lilith. Lilith is enough. Hold breath challenge. I think on one hand, I'm really bad at holding my breath. On the other one, I do it quite a lot without intention. Like I just do it. We're gonna paint his gums as well because they are purple too. I think I need a finer brush for these though. Oh, my hair. Gonna use a finer brush for like the tip area here. I mean, if I get into this teeth a little bit, that's, oh god, that's fine. I have to go color them in anyway, so. I'm gonna use a different brush for that. Oh yeah, I got cat scratches, damn. I don't even know when I got them. Hand stream scary. Yeah. It's like a gum. Would be a pretty crazy gum if all of this was gum. What the heck? Bro, you have to go see the dentist. Boy. No, I touched the teeth. That's fine. I will paint them later. I should have kept some of the darker color, but I guess I can make more darker ones. Later on as well. The moon itself is gonna stay this shade, but like there's pieces on the mouth and the nose, the nostrils, and the insides of the eye that I'm gonna paint a bit darker. I want to try and implement like a little bit of the original art style into the shading, but I don't know how well I will be able to do that. The N64 one is like crazy because you would have to paint like pieces of the figurine pitch black, which I don't feel committed enough to do that. So I'm gonna go with the 3D versions art style, which also kind of does that, but I mean like more with the shading of things, which is like very strokey kind of. You never know, maybe he was visiting dentist and just crashed the plan. Yeah, but like look at, if I paint all of this, it looks kind of crazy. I feel like, I don't know what his teeth are doing there. Look at the no, actually it is supposed to be his gum. That doesn't look healthy. Oh, poor boy. Poor Moon Man. Ayo. And Scream be like, what do you mean you have flesh hands? Also, I just noticed this fucking headset. 1 second, I accidentally removed a friend here. There, the bag. Oh, I'm not artist, so my opinion on the matter shall not count. Gonna sit in the corner What opinion? The purple? He's gonna get lighter, don't worry. It's not gonna stay dark purple. Just a temporary setback. I also have to paint his backside. Here you can see the seams very clearly. Didn't bother to fix them up on the back because, like, why? Why should I? This is the one figurine where the back does not matter. I will probably put an LED ring on his back, so that will not be shown to the world. Oh, I keep hitting the microphone. Moon cheeks. Yeah. I'm just gonna like do it like this because otherwise his gums look like very scary. Like if they go all the way down, I don't like that. It looks kind of bad. In my very humble opinion, doesn't look good. Oop. Probably gonna do the back, and then wait until the back is a little bit more dry, and then I'm gonna paint the front again so that it looks more more clean in color. You look? Hmm. I'm drooling here. Why does his teeth face looks like Shrek? Kind of does when he smiles in the first movie. Fun fact. Whenever I get those kind of figurines, I brush them with a toothbrush, and it was funny because I had to brush his teeth. I scrubbed them. I scrubbed them very well. He has clean teeth. He's only looking grey because he used to be kind of pink. You do have a point though with the Shrek teeth. Not gonna lie. You do have a point. So now we paint his cheek side. Just going over it quick. Just so that there's like a consistent color going on here. Because if you see him from the side, you will still see like bits of the back part. So it does matter here. That sense. Moon cheeks hype. Yeah, look at his cheeks. Look at him go. Oh. Mooncheek premium content just on this channel. You will not see it anywhere else. Only I will show you the moon's cheeks. Who thinks about the man in the moon? We think about the cheeks in the moon. This is what we're paying for in this economy. Yeah, the moon cheeks. Moon is made of cheese. I mean, recently the moon was very yellow, so I do believe you, Rita. The cheese. This has to dry a little now because if I go over it too much, the wetness will kind of make uh the what is it called? Oh, the primer peel off. I had that happen with my Midna figurine because I was so impatient when I painted her. Talented as always. Thanks, silence. uh, Rollins and Gourmet was right, you see. There is no cheese and crackers in present Gourmet. My tea is lukewarm, disgusting. I miss the last 2 weeks. I don't know about you guys, but like we had like very nice weather here. It was like in a 20-degree area. Rain? Ah. And like being outside was really chilling. Like not cold, but like to chill. I was just like hanging out with my cats and just enjoying my time. And now it's getting hot again, and I don't like that. I like when it's getting colder and I get to enjoy my warm tea and cuddle up in my blankie. I hate when I have to sleep without blanket because it's too warm. It pisses me off. Dreams goes as long as you get tea. That it would almost be empty if I only went that long because I for once drank most of it before stream. um Yeah, you can see all the streaks. That's usually why you do several coats. When you use airbrush thinner, because at some point the streaks will all be gone. Like this one, you can see there's like you can see it very well on camera, I guess. Yeah, now you can. There's like a bunch of like white dots because I used like texture stuff to make it look more even after I glued it together. Because like you can see here, this thing was cut into 4 pieces. It doesn't look good on the front. There I drowned. Hmm. Also like weird shit I can do with my hands. Yeah. My mother used to tell me I have spider fingers because I tend to hold things in a very weird way. I don't know. Damn, only got color on my hand. The music ever just randomly stops. It's because YouTube is being a bitch right now to me. For no specific reason other than being a bitch. Also, I actually told it to go through the playlist randomly, but it just, I don't know, it ignored my orders. How dare you? I'm a witch! Burn her! Yeah, burn me. I'm already being. Oh, don't do that. I'm being burned by the weather. Don't you worry. The universe is taking care of it already. Okay. Just gonna go over this area again because. Oh, Jesus. We want this to look nice. Again, we will go dry brush over it so it doesn't too matter much. Yes, English hurts sometimes. Matter too much. Jesus. But there's pieces where I'm like, these don't look so. His nose. Hmm. I was actually thinking, I'm not certain about it yet, but I know there's a bunch of studios out there who do like unlicensed Zelda figurines. I was thinking if I get into 3D, maybe I make some of my own, and if people are interested, I can offer them for sale. I don't know. That was just a random idea I had because I feel like characters like Midna need more figurines that are not sexualized for no fucking reason other than people sexualizing her. Oh, Almost painted my table, that's fine. I can just wipe this color off anyway, so. I would like a Tetra figurine at some point. I'm sad that she doesn't exactly have any because she's one of my favorites as well. I recently ordered a Girahim figurine, but that one isn't gonna arrive anytime soon because he's one of my favorites. But yeah. Let's see. Music going a bit ham crazy here. We're losing our shit over here. It has been lost. Oh, English is hard on this statement. I can agree. English is a lot easier than German. Otherwise, I would not have learned this as fast as I did, and I learned it mostly by myself and not through school. I think the only thing that school kind of implemented in my head is some grammar rules. That also obviously apply to speaking. But apart from that, my English knowledge is mainly self-taught, really. Sorry, I tend to go off screen when I paint. Okay, so that's like the base. Now we need to mix brighter colors. Dry brush over the top. But dry brushing needs all of this to be nice and dry. Otherwise I can't dry brush. I need a different brush. That's the base color. Purple. You guess what my favorite color is? It basically looks like my screen. Damn. It's my purple. Nom nom. So basically, inside of his nose, his eye socket, mainly have to be like redone later in like a darker shade. But I think I'm gonna do that after dry brushing. Because I have to get like the lighter color on top of all of this. That he looks like the bright moon that he is on there. So we're gonna start with like a bright violet. That is gonna go like all over the thing. And then we're gonna have like an almost white. Sorry, I'm just trying to look because it's like gonna be standing like this in the tree. And then there's gonna be like this area here that is gonna be very close to white. Some of this area, some of the cheek, front piece here. He's not dry enough for that yet though. He's still very wet. I shouldn't use his nose to rotate him because if I do that, the paint is gonna come off. That likes to happen. Just waiting for him to dry. That's the other thing with like doing this on live stream because like you have a lot of waiting in between doing these things. Normally I would like paint different pieces of figurines, but because they all have like such different colors, I kind of want to focus on pieces depending on that. Like the tree I haven't continued yet. Has completely different colors than the moon. So I don't want to do them at the same time. Oh my god, it's almost empty. I think I had a little more than this when I choked on my tea. I was like, can I do this? I couldn't. I clearly couldn't. Okay, how much do we need though? Dry brushing does take a lot of paint because you brush it off The only other thing I could potentially paint on the side is the fairies, but like one of them is yellow, and I don't know how well my eyes are having spasms. Yeah, one is constantly closing and the other isn't, because the right one, that's my right eye. Yeah, no, no, it is actually, this is my right eye. My camera is mirrored. And oh, I think I know why it's mirrored, because of the XY thingy. Pause to check. How dare you assume that my posture is bad? What gives you that idea? Eh. Oh no, we don't know replication of your eyes. I know because I'm touching it. And I know that the one I'm closing on stream right now is my left one, but if you think about the position of my model, it is her right eye. So technically the red one should be closing when I close my left one, and the red one should be open if I close my... Oh, what Jesus. But it doesn't do that. Because the thingy is mirrored, I guess. So that the head movement is kind of... It's like I'm looking in a mirror. Which is not how VTuber models work. Usually you have to think about like what would be your right eye if you stood the way they do. Ah. This looks alright, I guess, in the light. We just do the dry brushing and then we do the shape. Bowl is not very well made. That sounds... We need a lot of white. Lots and lots of white. White. We need more white than that. Yeah. More. Or do we? Just a little. And some airbrush for now. I wanna retire so I can get paint on my hand, I guess. Ew. I wanted to lick it, but you don't do that. Don't lick the paint on your hand. Now I put more paint on it because I tried to wipe it off. God damn it. I need to get my other brush 1 second. I don't have it on the desk with me. Oh, yo. I feel like we are all a little too young to retire yet, are we? Though there are people who retire at 30 and have a huge amount of money they get from it despite it all. I used this very broken brush to dry brush. Oh, he's almost free. Is it bad to say that I was a guy that I as a guy have actually tasted these types of paints? Why does it matter that you tasted them as a guy? That is my question here. Why does that matter? What difference does it make if I, as a woman, tasted those paints? I wouldn't say it's bad to say that. People ate crayons and shit, so not surprising because guys usually are dumb ones. I mean, so are girls. I don't think you can put that into gender. People are dumb in general. A lot of times, I feel. I don't think gender really matters in that sense. I know you normally like thinking a bit more, but I feel like this is fine as long as I'm like gentle and I don't get the paint in the holes. Don't take that off content. Content, what the fuck, context? I can't English. I used to eat paper like this one down here as a child. That is pretty dumb too, I'd argue. Oh, painting, let's go. Who wouldn't want to have their whole painted? In a shade of purple. Ooh, 50 Shades of Grey, 50 Shades of Purple, bro. Paper's nothing. Have you licked a battery? No, why would I lick a battery? They don't look tasty. Maybe that's just me. I do wonder, have I ever consumed something that is very questionable? I must think on that one. I'm actually not sure. I used to eat kibbles. Dog kibbles, hamster kibbles, rat kibbles, that are basically the same. Cat kibbles taste disgusting. I tried different flavors. They were the most gross ones of all the kibbles out there, in my experience. Don't eat cat kibbles, they are disgusting. um, I used to snack them actually. Like every now and then, I would open the bin where our dog kibbles, and I would just eat a bit. I would chew on our horse's hay as a child. I try to eat grass because horses make it look so tasty to eat grass. Doesn't taste that great. Hay does taste great though. I licked salt stones from horses, which horses licked before me. What else? Hmm. Yeah. Fine, you can eat them like dog food. I would just like, they are very dry and they dry up your mouth enormously. So that was not nice. But the overall flavor was decent. I feel like wet food is the only one I would not try because that is kind of I don't know, that feels kind of vile. Maybe that's just me. I got paint on my fucking head again. Eh. I'm not gonna put that in my mouth. It's too annoying, really. Da-dee-da-dee-doo. We just paint a little bit over the colors. Very streaky and shit, but it's intentional. Not an accident. You just leave out the holes. The cheese. The cheese. Cheese. I'll pay the cheese tax. I pay the cheese tax to my cats. If they like the cheese, that is. And if it's like cheese that I think they are fine eating, then they get some cheese tax. Otherwise, they don't. Shoot on rubber car wheels. Might have swallowed some rubber in the progress. I think one of the worst things I have eaten so far was soap. Like actual soap. I thought for some fucking reason my child brain thought that's bread. It was a bar of soap in the bathroom. I don't know why my child brain would be like, yeah, this looks like bread. I don't know why it would be on the soap tray in the bathroom. But let me have a bite. That was probably really dumb. That's probably the dumbest thing I did as a child when it comes to eating stuff that I can think of right now. Like what was wrong with my brain to be like, yeah, this looks like bread in the bathroom next to the sink on the soap tray. That's so smart. Smart child. We at soap every time. Yeah, gotta wash my mouth. That's what I always think of when I mention I ate soap before as a child. Gotta wash my mouth with soap because I say fuck and shit and all that stuff so much on stream. I guess it's just what you get. Mouse. We will need more. Sort of making it look more textured like this when I look dab the paint on. Oh, Eastern European grandmas don't mess around when you're a kid and your mouth needs washing. As kids, you feel all tastes of soap. You just have to eat fucking cilantro, and you have that as well. My head is tweaking when I have the brush. That's happening because I'm moving a brush in front of the camera. Damn. I'm tweaking, I swear. Swear it's not the camera. I swear it's the camera. Damn. I'm 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 brain dead. I don't know, man. Sometimes I am a little. Yeah, some freckles. Some freckles for the moon man. Freckling up the moon man. Got some freckles all over him. Wheeze. Wow. Wowzers. Moon man and his freckles. Freckle moon man. I don't know what's wrong with me. A lot of things are wrong with me. Those started the day I was born. The nurse shoved me back into my mother, and I came out yet again. True story, by the way. True story. Moon man. Woo. It isn't like only 50%. If that can taste the cilantro, I'm not sure actually. Like I tried it a bunch of times because people are like, oh, there's certain meals that you have to just eat it with because otherwise that's a crime. And I'm just like, no, it's disgusting. Cilantro to me is like, I don't even know if I would really call it tastes like soap. It stinks very disgusting. I can't stand the smell of cilantro. I feel like the smell is worse than the taste to me personally. Um, but like I tried it so many times, and whenever I taste it in my meal, it just ruins the meal for me. Like I don't want to eat it anymore, you know, because it was just so disgusting. And I know it's like part of like some cultures and some like very cultural foods and stuff, but I I just can't get myself to like it. I tried. And I just find it very disgusting. Salt licking. Yeah, who knows? Maybe the salt is the issue. It wasn't me. It was never me. It was always the salt licking from day one. It wasn't me. It's the goddamn salt licking. By the way, fun fact: the music that you hear right now, like obviously it's Majora's Mask, but it was composed, I think, from the same studio that handled the music for Kena, Bridge, what was the name, Bridge of Spirits or something like that. One of the first games I ever played on stream. I found like Majora's Mask. They made like an animation of it that is like very fun, which had like some people speculate that maybe the studio is involved in the remake, but we will see because they haven't announced anything in such a long time, and now they recently announced that a new Kena is coming out very soon. I will play it when it comes out. But yeah, they have a very fun Majora's Mask animation that is very pretty. Uh, kind of like your game, really. Very pretty. Part of me was actually thinking of like, I don't know if you guys have seen the photographs of like the moon a while ago, where they were like, oh, they got like the first really high quality photos of the moon, where you can see that there's like a lot of rainbow colors in it. Part of me was thinking of like making this figurine more in a pastel tone and paint the moon like that in like a creative sense, you know? So it's like more creative. But I'm also like, I want it to be like closer to the original. That would be something that I would probably need another figurine for it to like paint that one as well. Been here for 5 years, goddamn, time flies by. Yeah, I've always almost streamed for 5 years. Time does fly, it's hard to believe sometimes. More white. Beautiful voice. Getting to a point where the color is not really doing so much anymore. Friends at least. I might go get another white because like I don't want to deplete this one completely. Still need that one for the rest of the figurine. Whoop. It looks very textured. Kind of what I'm going for, but yeah. Thinking of adding like this might make or break it, honestly, but like on the painting itself, there's like streaks around the holes. So I'm thinking of like going with as well. Like kind of like this. Maybe I use the bigger brush that is currently occupied. I use a slightly bigger brush that is not all the way that bigger. Hey, Rita, can you ban that hidden bot thingy, please? If you're here, I got my hands kind of busy here with the paintbrush. We don't want no more bots. Fuck them bots. Oh, Apple Pay is so good when I need to pay stuff fastly on phone. I actually don't have that, but I know a bunch of people who use it as well. I'm just very cautious in general when it comes to connecting my bank data with platforms and stuff. Because I know how badly things can go if you're not careful or if you're just unlucky, really. You don't even have to be careful. You can just be unlucky. And shit will get to you. Do you get them strange half hidden bots too? Yeah, because I blocked some words and then I have to block those people. I have so many blocked accounts already. It's actually, I hate that. I hate how that is a thing, really. You block so many accounts all the time. like the botting on Twitch, I don't know how bad it is on YouTube. I know that they have like issues with it too. There's a bunch of YouTubers who had like big issues with that, especially corporate ones, I feel, from what I have heard. But it's just like, Jesus, man. It's another reason I can't fucking stand Twitter, because it has so many porn bots. It's so strange. Sometimes you can only see them on phone and not on PC. I don't have my phone on when I stream, apart from face tracking and stuff, so I wouldn't know that, but yeah, there's some weird shit with those bots, definitely. It's really stupid and annoying that there's so many of them. It makes you wonder, like, how come there's like nothing done against it, seemingly? Maybe there is, but we just don't hear of it. I don't know. But there's like at least one bot per stream. At least one minimum. Sometimes there's more, but at least one every time. There's always got to be one. Oops. Keep hitting the microphone while painting. Hi Bernard, how you doing? Playing those drums as always. Bernard would be the drummer of the band. You aim for the moon today, yeah, the moon, the moon. Because of the animation you always send in, he looks like a little drummer. He always drums his little table. Table drummer. Bongo bongo. I will do someday a thing and just run longest as I can, because I'm wondering something. You mean if it like stays away for longer with my camera? What the fuck are you doing? Hello? Ah, no. I think that's only streamer where you subscribe once and you are subscribed for like, oh. That's cute. That's cute. Eternal support. I would probably subscribe to people too if I could afford it. Or I actually had like a kind of wholesome interaction with my dad today, my father. Because I applied for a job in March that I was like really interested in. And I tried to call them yesterday because I haven't heard back from them. And because like I got an auto email saying that the person responsible won't be back until like June or something. And I messaged them because nobody would pick up the phone. And they answered me today. And the first thing I saw waking up, basically, because I always check the weather normally on my phone, was that I got a rejection. And that really dragged down my mood the entire day. That's my fucking hair. And well, I asked my father what he would like write in an email when it's like a job that you were like really interested in and you didn't get it. And he was like, he personally wouldn't write them because you can't really change much about their final decision. Um, but like he then said because of like applying to places in general, and I was like, yeah, I like applied to so many places already, like even a lot of them out of things that I have experience in, just because I was like, yeah, this sounds like something I could do, or because it sounds like kind of interesting. And in the end, that's kind of what you have to do when you don't get a place, right? You just have to go with whatever. And I've only gotten rejections from those as well. And I told him that as well. It's not like I haven't tried. I tried. But so far, no luck. And he was like, yeah, he's aware that there's like so many people struggling with that at the moment. I'm not the only one, and I'm aware of that too. Um, and then he was just like, the only other thing he can like think of is trying to build something up from for like yourself, being independent. But that needs a lot of dedication and work and luck. And I was like, yeah, I've been like doing something for 5 years now almost, that he kind of knows that I'm doing something because I had to get a certain security number to even start, right? And I was like, there's like people coming in, and some of them have been around since almost the beginning, and they still stick by. And I know that you guys like tell me that I seem to be doing okay or great, even sometimes. And that stuff like motivates me, but at the same time, I just feel obligated. I need a job, I need money, I want to move out. And then he was like, moving out should not be my main priority. Like, when he isn't drunk, he's very pleasant. Sadly, he's drunk a lot. My father is an alcoholic, basically. Um, but like the one that just gets really annoying when drunk, not violent, just really, really fucking annoying. But like when he isn't in a drunken state, he's like very reasonable to talk to. And I basically told him I have like this idea that I'm currently like kind of working on when I'm like not streaming. Um, I'm working towards it and I'm trying to focus on it. And he was like, yeah, well, I can try that while obviously still trying to get something else, but he can't really help me with that because he has no idea how today's independent stuff works anymore. He's too old for that. But I feel like out of everyone in my family that isn't Lemon, he'd have my bag. And that made me almost tear up because like I feel like most people in my family wouldn't. They would they would be unpleasant. That's like the main reason I haven't told them. Because they either wouldn't be supportive or they would just spread it around and everybody would know, and I don't want that either, you know? Mm, Jesus. Relic from just, I mean, great value, bad business. I won't think they will go away, but makes me wonder something. My mouse in a way. I mean, usually there's no point. Sometimes ask for feedback, things think they should improve. It's rare to get a genuine response. Job hunting is pretty shit. It is, unfortunately. Kinda stopped sending my CV for now, just sending them, but they don't answer right away, so I stopped even to bother. Yeah, I feel like part of me doesn't want to bother anymore either, but I don't. I have to. Like, the moon. Hi, party. I'm trying. I'm not an expert on how the art world works, but I'm in a sense of portfolio is king. Yeah, I know that, but like I don't, because he was like, if I need to think if I still want to work in like the graphic area, and I told him I don't. I don't really want to work in that field anymore. I'm sick and tired of like what it has become, and the fact that like you can be good at something. I know I'm not dog shit. I know I'm like mediocre probably, but the fact that you just won't get anywhere, because there's just so many appliances now. It's I don't enjoy graphic design to begin with, so I'm more into animation, storyboarding, storytelling, research, all these things, and you don't really get many jobs like that here in Germany, I feel. Um, and even abroad, you need to be like very good a lot of the time, and I just never worked towards that growing up because I was always told, don't do it. You won't ever get anywhere with art, la di da. So I don't really worked on myself there because of that, because I believed all these things. So yeah. Those are like we the moon is the one NASA landed on, that's why I'm mad. Yeah. The astronauts landed and farted. They farted on his bag. That is very streaky. Hmm. Well, let's run it, but you know what? You might be right. Maybe. The art market is saturated. I feel like it's more of art is a luxury, right? Like you can't expect people to buy stuff from you, because I personally don't, even if I like the artist, because I can't afford it. Art is a luxury. It's not something you need to survive. Um, and that's something a lot of people tend to forget. Oopsie, sorry, I hit the microphone there. Hmm. There's so many tools and stuff. My head hurts. Shifted my careers after 30, and I know people who shifted later. You have plenty of time. It often doesn't feel that way, sadly. Hardly see a difference anymore in these colors. But yeah, I am kind of thinking of shifting. I just don't know exactly where I want to go yet, which makes things stinky. Stinky. Sorry, I'm painting his cheek. His front cheek, that is. True, but where their money payers are in luxury goods. Yeah, but the issue with that is like now AI really. So luxury goods have very little margin. Let us show Majora's Mask, Purple Moon, back cheeks, and this absolute free things for all. Just Majora's Mask, back cheeks. Believe me, I know it always feels like you are always late, but again, you have time. I shall believe you. I do think I have like a very cute community too, because like you guys are like partially probably around my age, partially you're older. I don't think I have many people in here who are younger than me that I know of. Um, damn, 10 stream streak, crazy, crazy. Do you make this from like paper mache? No, no, I bought a 3D printed figurine of Etsy and I primed it and like filed it and put it together so that I can make this. I didn't paper mache it. I did make a paper mache fish lamp for Lemon's birthday though. Hmm, that's the wrong Majora's Mask I'm watching then. But yeah, you don't have to tell me how old you are. There's plenty who hear English here who are older and younger and same age as me, so nothing wrong with being older than me. Most of my friends are older than me actually. I don't really have any friends who are younger than me. Sounds problematic, but I don't know. Like Rita has known me for at least a decade now, which is crazy because I was pretty young when I got to know him. But like we met at an MMORPG, so Lots of people were playing that game. I think I'm gonna darken some of these holes here later. Indeed, we did. Now you're older than him. Damn. I don't know if that's an insult or a praise at this point. But yeah, that's a crazy statement. A crazy, crazy statement. You guys don't even see what I'm doing because I always wander off screen. I'm so sorry about that. I'm painting his nose. Mm. I might be the youngest one here. You sure? I just caught up. Damn. Does that imply that you died, Rita? Catching up to your age? Kinda sounds like it. Wisdom words I said in one clip of mine. Eat a fart, I'm gonna run away. What? This figurine is like solid 3D printed, or is it? It is basically a 3D print. This specific one was like 4 pieces. You can see them seam here. I glued them together, and like on the front, I used like an acrylic mask that like dries on a texture, so he's like very texturized because of this now. But that made the seam less visible. Like now that I painted, you can hardly see it anymore, which is good. um, and I basically like I filed them a little bit with like specific tools. um, and then I washed them with a toothbrush and soap and water and let them dry. And then I primed them myself. Like I wanted to do, you could, the place I ordered it from, they would do all that for you, but I want to do it myself so I can learn it, you know? Um, Kinda. I'm gonna dry brush a bit more on here. So a lot of work went into the, you call priming. The priming is like not that hard. I just learned that I probably used too little primer on my first figurine, so I try to cover him up almost completely. I can show you an example of like other parts of this figure. Like here, you can see this pink. This is like the color that the material had, and the primer is basically just there so the color sticks to it. My eyes are having spasms because they're not tracked properly. But like the hardest work really was to get this moon glued together. You can kind of like see the seam here, this line. When the light hits it right, that's the one that is the most visible still. Pisses me off. Hmm. Oh god. Why did it lag so hard? Right, I have to aggressively dong 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 this brush. And now I can't use it for dry brushing because now it's wet. I'm gonna use the other one. Hmm. But yeah, I'm like trying get this one kind of looking a bit like the artwork. God, my model is like not tracking very well today. I feel like giving a texture on the paint helps to hide the seams and stuff a bit. But yeah, I just I originally only bought like the the Midna figurine, and I was like, okay, if I enjoy painting this, I had like this one and the Monoko one in my basket for weeks because of it. I was like, if I enjoy painting figurines like that, I'm gonna buy these two too. Because of the price, I wasn't sure at first if I want to. But then I played Majora's Mask and I was like, hey, this game is actually nice. I always liked the design of Skull Kid, so I was like, you know, why not? Why not? Might as well. And here I am, painting it. Just because I can. And I can like display them. I feel like actually sometimes you can buy them like pre-painted by somebody else, which is like a nice thing to offer. I was thinking of offering that, but I don't know. um I feel like when you paint them yourself and you do all that, you have like a piece of a media that you enjoy. And like you put your own work into that, and I feel that makes it like more special in a way. I don't know. I just feel like this is a fun thing to do because of that. I just have to move it out of the picture every now and then so I can look at it from another light source. Like hard to see. Damn, I have a lot of paint on my hands. Lots and lots of paint on my hands. More white. A lot of color I have there on my palette. I don't think there's anything I can use it on, unfortunately. The music not working again. Oh, it is. Actually, fighting my brushes and stuff. Probably gonna go in with a darker one on like the holes to make a bit more contrast. The eyes are gonna be like changed in color. Same with the inside part here. Not entirely sure about like the mouth itself. Not sure if I will do some white highlights here and there. is no music on. What the fuck? Is my headset working again? What is this? No? Hmm. Now it works. Because earlier my headset wasn't working, and I was like, why is there new music coming? What the fuck? That's why my stream was a little delayed. And then it worked. I was like, oh. I don't know what happened there, but it worked after that. It just happens sometimes. With the music. FIFA not purple though, are they? Have like a very, very slight couple of few to them. But not that much. Really. Popcorn. Can't hear the music actually. Can you guys hear it? What the fuck? Now I can. Okay. I just had my wheel turned into the wrong direction. Now there's music. Should be hearable. Okay, back with where's it? Where's it? Where's my brush that I want? Not this one, that one. The music will be gone in the VOD. Once it's like uploaded, there will be no music in it. Because copyright stuff. I don't know if this music probably is, so I don't wanna mess with that. Copyrighted. Since most music really is. Now the crazy part is that a lot of the details I'm like painting on here will not be visible because the skull cat is sitting in front of the moon. But you know, I don't fucking care. I wanna paint them on. Bro has a lot of acne pores. I was actually thinking of like doing this stream on the weekend, but I can already tell that my paint is sometimes like drying on my paintbrush like that. I don't wanna know how much that will happen in the next few days. Really. And that's like really annoying. Yeah, it is weather. The weather. Because the temperatures are when they are high, your brush kind of it dries out a lot faster. This is a wet palette, so like there's something wet underneath it so that the paint stays wet for longer. But it only like delays the inevitable, really. So yeah. Painting during when I did my Midnight figurine, when I painted that one, I did the little details of like the turquoise patterns when it had like over 30 degrees, and I was like trying to carefully paint it, and my brush, the color would dry the moment I hit the figurine. I was like, bro, I can't paint like this. It's not possible. Stop it. That was not fun. That sucked. I made painting really hard. But like it's on me to do it on like a hot day, really. I was just really into it at that time. I was like, I gotta paint every day because I feel like it. And then I got punished, basically. Mm. I'm colorblind again. It's getting darker, and then my eyes are like, this is not the color. This looks almost white to me, but I know it isn't. Wink. I do wonder. A lot of people expect it, of course, but I do wonder if they're gonna release a Majora's Mask remake after the Ocarina of Time one. Like, I will play the Ocarina of Time one, even though I played Ocarina of Time just a few months ago. It will most likely be pretty different, I'm gonna assume. But we will see. I also saw that they released a kind of, oh Jesus, Celebi attack remake thing of Black Flag, but I'm uncertain if I want to play it because of the price they charge for it. Like, I've seen a lot of praise, but I don't know yet. I want to play Black Flag on stream at some point, but I don't know yet about that one. Especially after they fired the team that was in charge of the underwater areas that were so highly praised. I don't really want to support that. I'm gonna go with a little bit of dark shades in like the circles to make more of a contrast, I think. Gonna brush them in there. He's drying now, so the paint is like turning darker than brighter than before because of it. I'm gonna go over that again. It's a bit too bright for my liking. But no. The fucking paint keeps drying on my brush. Mm, so good. He looks so mad. He's angry at us. He wants us dead. Gonna paint his teeth in like this purple. I'm probably gonna go over them with a brighter color. But he has kind of like purple-ish teeth, but like not a dark purple. Also, that just ties it in together a bit more if colors are similar. That's the gum. Looks very purple for you guys. For me, it really doesn't. But that is, I will see tomorrow how that looks. That's like the issue with my light in the light in my room at this time. It's just difficult to tell at some point. What the fuck? Get out of the playlist. Okay. Oh. Roland his purple teeth. Me when my teeth turn purple. When you don't have yellow teeth, but turtle teeth. Yeah, you have turtle teeth, which means no teeth for you. Just a pointy front lip. Like a real grandma. Now the other issue with painting figurines that I find is when you handle them a lot while painting. I don't know if that's just something that I'm doing wrong or if it's a general thing when painting figurines. You tend to chip off color if you touch it too much when it's not yet varnished, but I tend to varnish after I'm done with something. So, yeah, that's something I struggled with during my Midna figurine and my Monoko one. Like, I handled them on like the pointy parts a lot of the time with Noku, that was like his hair. So I had to repaint his hair a lot of the time because the color would just chip off. And with Midna, it was her feet because I was just spinning her around her neck and feet because the head wasn't attached yet. And I had to repaint her feet a lot. You can kind of tell when you look at her now. Like up close, that the feet have like discolored pieces because I couldn't get the color to be perfectly one and one the same. I feel that's like generally something that's not that easy to achieve. Yeah. That's why with this figurine I want to try to like finish piece by piece and then actually varnish them and put them together. Because if you put them together to check how it looks before you varnish, you also chip the color off. Frankly, just kinda sucks. I'm painting his front teeth, by the way. My model is not picking up on me because pen is pen brush is covering my face. Hmm. into all the nooks and crannies. Like granny was intended. Super focused, you can tell because I'm not talking. I stop breathing. I stop breathing when I focus. To minimize the damage caused by breath. Jesus. Figures, details, and quite frankly, take my breath away. The moon and the man. The man and the moon. Who are we to assume this moon's gender? Maybe it's an angry lady. Ugh. Can't tell if it looks alright. Hard to tell with the light here. It looks very purple to you guys, that much I can tell. I don't even know which cat got me there on the arm. I really don't. Sometimes I get scratches and I don't know which one did it. Which of you is the murderer? I don't know. I don't know. One of them is a girl. One of them tried to kill me. My arm. I think that's too warm of a purple. Is it? Yeah, I think I need more blue in here. Blue, yeah. Fine. Get out of the bottle, goddammit, not the bubbles. Goddammit. I keep getting bubbles and I have a brush in my mouth. That's why I sound the way I do. I'm sorry. Blue. No. I don't think it's dark enough for the inside though. Fuck. Mm. Fuck damn it. Mm-mm. Mm. Fuck. Keep getting bubbles when I mix my colors constantly. I think it might be too bright. It might be good for a bit of dry brushing. Now, where's my tiny? A tiny one. Tiny one says goodbye. Oh, he's hard. Not good. We don't want hard brushes here. We don't want hard brushes in this room. Like, I don't even know. Those are like my father's brushes. What has he done to this brush? He's like violated to an extra level. Same with that one. Bro has felt some anger in his life, but it's like the best one I can get for this kind of shit. I feel. He dark enough. He looks. Am I colorblind? Sometimes I'm not sure. It looks more red, does it? Oh well. Back in my days, I don't know what was back in my days. It didn't want to paint, I guess. That's what it was back in my days. It's like, yeah, it's more on the red side. It's like, yes, more of a highlight. Actually interesting. I remember when I was a kid, like younger, my father wanted us to paint because he used to do like oil painting. He has like a bunch of self-made paintings in our home. And he, I think at some point wanted us to just make something with oil paint, but I didn't because I was like, I don't know how that works. I don't know how the fuck do I oil paint, yeah? I didn't wanna like waste his precious expensive paints and canvases with doing bullshit. But like now, every now and then I see people who do like oil paintings. I'm like, the techniques behind oil painting are like so interesting in a way because of the layering you have to do and because oil paints have like very specific properties and how they dry compared to acrylics. It's like such an interesting skill to have, really. So I don't personally really have much of an experience to painting on real media since I switched to digital stuff when I was pretty young. It was a pain to do digital back then because we had like a very old laptop that hardly handled programs. I used to draw on Paint for a long time, actually. There was a different program close to Paint that had a different name that I used. It used to be for free, but I think now it costs money. The typical. But like, there's so many people who do like stuff with watercolor and things like this. I think that's like really cool. One of my favorite artists does both watercolor and digital stuff. And that just kind of makes like, yeah, you kind of want to try it, but at the same time, uh, I struggle drawing normally, not digitally, because I don't have my fancy resizing tools for cheating. Which is unfortunate for me. Need more blue in here, and I think I'm gonna add some black, which also has like blue pigments in it. For the shadowy areas. Not much. Thing with black, I don't like mixing like stuff with normally because black makes your colors muddy, ugly. In a sense that I just think doesn't look that great. I will need pretty dark colors for some of the parts here. Yeah, but it's like closer to the color that we have here. Not that dark. Maybe I'm just gonna mix a new palette of the shadow. I think that's better. Oh god. Move! Out of my way, Gabe. I remember back in my youth being called gay being an insult. I know that some people were like asking me if I'm gay or lesbian, and instead of being insulted, I was generally questioning. I was like, what if I was? I didn't understand that it is an insult. I saw it as like a genuine question. Are you gay? I was like, where did that come from? But who knows? Maybe I am, because I didn't really think of that stuff much as a child. It didn't cross my mind. I was busy with other things. Ay, ay, ay. Squishy, squishy, squishy. Mixy, mixy, mixy. I think I need more red, and I need to. I can't even see what I'm doing. A little bit more red. Oh, I'm choking on a brush. That's what I'm doing. The colors of this moon are like basically the colors I use for my VTuber model. Isn't that funny? Not so red again. I need more blue again. Damn it. Why do I keep doing this? Because okay, that's not. Don't put brushes in your mouth, or this will happen to you. I hit my upper arm too. Oh shit! I hit my iPad. Damn. Not good. Ew! I got paint everywhere. It's like a dark, warm purple. I'm full of paint. That's what being a painter is. Being full of paint. That's how you know I painted. I don't have no cat scratches. Yeah. I don't know what anyone is on about. There's no cat scratches in the room with us. None. Swimming. Ew. Ew, now it makes my wound look very disgusting because it's discolored now. Damn. Yeah, that's not so nice. Maybe I should think before doing stuff. Maybe for once I should do that and consider it. Just an idea. I'm gonna paint your nose. Oh, that's no. I swear I can't even tell anymore. The original color was here. I'm just trying to kind of follow what the 3DS painting. Been working on a bunch of animations for my VTuber account on Instagram. I'm gonna upload at some point. So far, only one of them is like one that I actually really like because I managed to make it loop, which makes it so much funnier to me. Mm. The other one still needs a lot of work. But I feel like generally animation is a lot of fun, even though it is a lot of work too. It just has me thinking I really need to, at some point, make new alerts for this channel here. I wanted to do that for so long, but like I never really got myself to it. Because I always just think of other things and I don't know. My brain is just everywhere and nowhere at the same time, mostly. He's getting color. Purple color, that is. I really can't tell. Everything looks the same to me. Wrong. Wrong with me. Can't even make this shit out. Probably gonna see tomorrow what I'm doing here. It's normally how I see it. Happened with the deco tree as deco tree. What the fuck? It is kind of a deco tree, I guess. The little one that I worked on last time. Um, I noticed that the color is like not really what I wanted, but then I looked at like the 3D model and I was like, maybe I can make it work. And I will do that at some point this week probably. I really like when figures are like kind of stylized, but I feel like I also kind of I'm scared of doing it. Ah, well. Maybe in the future, who knows? Maybe I will do something about figure painting and giveaways. I don't know. That would be an idea for like a sabathon or whatever. I don't even know how these things work. I know they exist and people do them, and I think people like them. Um, but that is like something to think for future me. Oh God, being attacked by brushes. Eye is gonna be a pain to do because it's red and yellow and gradient. Gradients are like work. He looks more 3D. Just looking at references here. Where I'm putting shadows, he kind of eh. Touch his teeth, I can fix it. Because the stain brush is like splitting. I don't know, you guys probably can see it. And that makes me mess up right every now and then. Which is not what I intended. Ow! I hurt myself. That was an accident. What was it? Definitely scratched myself and that hurt. Well, the holes definitely do look kind of 3D-ish with more shadow in them. Nice. I'm thinking of dry brushing on him a little, but I don't really want that many dark spots on him because he doesn't have them in the original art either, like that much. Wanna do really see that I did like darker spots drawing. You can kind of see it, I guess, but not that much. I'm just gonna go over the teeth again later. Brush. This brush keeps splitting itself. No fucking reason to be a bitch. Yeah. Eating brush, no fun. White colors, alright. Trying to gradient his mouth a little bit there. Ooh. Oh, we did definitely get further with this one than we did with the tree last time. To be fair, the light was really bad for that color though. And with the platform as well. This one is a bit easier. Maybe he's still too dark as well. Can always go over him later, that's like no issue. But we're starting with. Like I won't be able to tell that much until tomorrow morning when the light is natural and bright and everything. Before that, I just struggle to see how well or bad things actually look. Oh, is there a hair in it? My cats are everywhere. Everything I do has cat in it. To some extent. You head off for today. Have a good night. I will be having fun for the amount of time I will be here, I guess. Won't be that much longer either because food time for cats is getting closer. Thanks for sticking by. See ya. Have a nice rest of the week party. Hope you enjoyed. Watch some horror games. Stay on horror games before bed. You crazy. Are you crazy, man? That's crazy. Enjoy your horror games. They are fun. I guess with friends they can be fun, yes, but I don't know. I feel like I would have bad dreams, not because they are super scary, but because it's just how my brain works. I would have bad dreams after watching them before bed. Because my brain is evil. get rid of 2 lines of lip there. I noticed that over there I have to paint a bit more. Now it looked like I have a brutal wound. That's just paint. I mean it, guys. Yeah, I was dumb. When I did that, I wasn't very smart. Ugh. I do wonder if I put like a lot in my paint is almost gone. Never more. Go over like the top part there. Do I get to brighten it a little bit? I do. Want the rim here to be brighter. I'm just gonna use brushing thing further here. I can go some sploosh, sploosh, sploosh. Where is he? There he is. Stop it. We don't want hard brushes on me. We want soft. Well, you have to be somewhat hard for this, I guess. Not that hard. Brighter on the top, darker on the bottom. That's how we want it. So mad looking. He looks so angry. Bro's pissed. He's so pissed off. Gonna dot some darker spots because contrast. Especially on the bottom. You don't really see the bottom. So kind of silly I put like work in it because this part is like hidden behind the skull head mostly. One thing I did notice, like painting all these figurines now, is that I really do prefer mixing my own colors. It just has the downside that you will never get the exact color that you made at some point, which just makes it hard to come back to specific pieces. You don't instantly kind of like work on them. Like the biggest downside I feel. Of color here and there. Plus this has like more of a purple touch to it. It is all purple, you know, specific purple touch to it. This looks so violent on my arm, I swear it's paint. My entire left arm is purple because of paint. My iPad is purple because of paint. I will have to clean that later. Damn it. Hmm. Oh, the purple paint. What? This is drying up already. Here. Yeah, my paintbrush is drying up. He's very purple looking. One purple boy. He's not as bright as the one in the art. I probably underestimated how bright I should make him, but you know. He gonna be purple. The eyes are still missing, but overall, good move. I will see how well he looks. I can't tell that much yet. Is I did my evening workout. Dame evening workout? Are you crazy? You're out of your mind. Who does that? That's a good looking moon, thank you. The moon appreciates the opinion. Morning and evening. Are you mad? Why would you double torture yourself? Who does that? Yeah. Who does that? Mm-hmm. Wait 1 second. I'm gonna finish this and then I'm gonna leave. Because food. I have been summoned. Someone who want to get a better shape again. Yeah, but is it like good if you do 2 times workouts like that in a day? Does it work? Or is it just torturing you? Like I'm actually asking here. I don't know about the science behind it. If there is any. I mean there is science behind any workout really, but like doing a double within 1 day sounds crazy to me. The moon, man. Okay. Well, I do in morning before stuff and in evening before rest. And 1 hour and a half. I don't know about science behind it. That sounds crazy exhausting. um, personally. Okay, I don't want to listen to myself. Stop that. But get good sleep though. Well, if the sleep works for you, then that's good, I guess. That is something. Um, but anyways, I will have to call it quits for today because dinner is ready. And there's copyrighted music playing again. Because YouTube is a bitch, ignoring my playlist, I guess. Um, but yeah, that will be it for today. We got the moon pretty far. Let's see if I finish it tomorrow morning. And I hope you enjoy today's stream and don't listen to Genshin music here. I listen to that in my free time. I hope you guys have a nice rest of the evening and a rest of the week. I will be back on Saturday with more Pokemon Ranger. And then let's see if I do more of this next week or if I work ahead this week on my own already. I don't know yet. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and for chatting and for being here. And I hope you have a nice rest of the evening as I just